So I'll introduce our guest now. Samuel Ogushola is a passionate biomedical researcher, specializing in emerging innovation and research for improved health and well-being. To this end, is pursuing a PhD in physiology and pathophysiology at the Max Rudy College of Medicine, University of Manitoba, Canada. In addition to his research, he has founded 3 organizations dedicated to promoting healthy lifestyles, promoting women in STEM, and fostering young leaders. He has gained extensive experience working with startups and organizations in diverse roles, spanning operations, business development, sales and marketing, and product management. During his leisure, he enjoys playing Scrabble, watching movies and football, reading books, and networking with new people. He will be speaking today about life after school, NYSC in Nigeria, and he will give you all the nuggets and tips you need to excel as a scholar and even to excel in the workplace. So thank you very much. I'm handing now over to Samuel Ogushola to take over. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I've been looking forward to this program. I think maybe like 6 months now that we've spoke about it. So thank you very much, Ma, for inviting me and also for this great platform. And I'm very excited to be here. I believe I'll be meeting with a lot of young people like me today and be sharing some of the things I've learned over the years, and some things I've also acquired from people, from mentors, also maybe from reading books and the likes, and also my own personal experience, because I did my undergrad in Nigeria, and after that I did my NYSC, finished my NYSC. So I've gone through this part. So, and it's some I've learned quite a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes, which I don't want people coming after me to make. So I'm going to be sharing some of these things with us, and I hope they are going to bless us. My presentation will involve a lot of interaction. So please try to get on the chats, because I'll be asking you questions. I think that's how we can help each other. That's how we can learn from each other when we ask questions, when we interact. And then the other thing is, I believe we are all Christians here, so I'll be sharing something from the Bible, because I believe the Word of God gives understanding to the simple, and it helps enlighten us. So I'm going to be sharing some things from the Word of God with us, which they are things I hold on to, and there are things that help me till now, and will still help me even as I move on in my life. So I'll be sharing my screen. And please just let me know if you, okay, can you all see my screen? Hello?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry about the date. To be 2023. So I'm going to be presenting a life after school and NYSC Nigeria. So what I will be sharing, as I said, will be more of my story. Some things are not in the slide, so please, I would encourage you to be very attentive as we listen. And the slide is just to point us into like what I'll be sharing. So this is about me. I picked this out of my profile so we can all know the journey I went through. I did biochemistry in FUTA, and I graduated 2018. And after my graduation, I was privileged to be posted to Lagos for my NYSC. So, and I served at the University of Lagos at the Senate building. So after I served, and after that, because of my the way I did during my NYSC, I think I was able to help the team. So they retained me after NYSC. So I worked for like 6 months. And after that, I left University of Lagos. I got another job at Impact Investors Foundation, which I worked for about a month. And then I came to Canada for my master's. So after my master's, I did master's for like a year, and then I transferred into a PhD program. So I'm currently in my 3rd year of a PhD program in physiology and pathophysiology. So besides these two, I have interest in leadership and volunteering. So I have an organization called Food and Genes Initiative, and also I have a platform where I where I connect young people, young leaders to people that can mentor them, which is known as Impact Leaders Connect. So these are the things I do besides being a student. So as I said, it's going to be interactive. So what do you aim to get from this webinar? Like, we're going to be spending some time here, and time is very, very important. So what do you aim to get from this? So I just have a minute, because as I said, we have a lot to cover and we have very little time. So what do you aim to get after this program? So I believe you don't just want to come here, join on Zoom, use your data. What do you want to get from this meeting? So at the end of this meeting, meeting with this person that's going to talk for some minutes, what do you want to get out of this? So I'm going to open the chat now and see what people are writing. Oh, insight on life after school. Yeah, we're going to get that for sure. And I'll also be sharing some insight from my own personal story, as I said. Insight on life after school. I'm waiting for more. So please get into the chat box and drop what you aim to get from this webinar. So after this webinar, when you're done, how do you want to feel? Oh, I feel fulfilled that I came, to this webinar. I was inspired. I want to, start my journey now, maybe into applying for scholarships, into getting a job. I want to position myself well for my NYSC. So we have like 30 more seconds to go, still waiting for others. I only have Abel. So hope we are all chatting, hope we are all typing. So still waiting for us to drop our point. Oh, I know Luapo said, what decisions you made during school that impacted after school life? That's very, very important. Yeah, the decisions I made while I was in FUTA were the things that changed my life up to you now. That's a very, very important thing. And yeah, I'm going to be sharing that too. So maybe we can get one more, then I can proceed. So one more person, drop what you want, what you aim to get after this webinar. So we have 10 more seconds. Okay, Victor said, I want to learn about the path you took to be where you are now. Yeah, I'm going to share that too. And I hope the path will also help you with making decisions about the path you want to follow. So as I said earlier, I'm going to be sharing also from the Word of God. I believe we are all Christians alike. So the Bible says in Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Someone said something earlier that what was the path I followed. This is one of the things that I hold on to. I just have a belief that God will help me. I won't lie to you, it was not an easy journey in school or through FUTA. It was not an easy journey, but one thing I just knew is that my future is bright. And even till now, currently, in school too, still learning. One thing I believe in is that what the future is bright. So, and that means, putting all your aim on God, knowing that God is the one in charge of your boat. So it might not be a straight journey. You might get out of school, not get a job for like 6 months. I was in that shoe too. Before I got back to Unilag, I was literally at home for months looking for a job, even though I finished with the first class. So it was challenging. But one thing I just hold on to was that God has a plan for me. So this is something I want you to, believe in. You have to believe it. You have to know it in your mind that everywhere I go, that God has a plan for me. So the other one I'm going to say is this: even though God has a plan for you, the Bible says still that whatever your hands finds to do, do it with your might. Anywhere you are now, because life is in season. There is this time you're going to be in undergrad. There's a time you're going to be 7. There's a time you're going to finish your NYSC and move on, into the world, as they say. So anything your hands finds to do it with all your might. If it is reading, read with all your might. If it is volunteering, volunteer with all your might. If it is applying for scholarships, do it with all your might. Put everything into it. Pour out everything into it. Don't just go to school for going to school's sake. Or I just want to go for my undergrad, and then you just while away the time without graduating with something good. So you have to, ensure you put all your mind, everything into, what you're doing. And that's what makes it very easy for you. And that's what, makes your life glorious. So the Bible says that whatever your hands finds to do, do it with your might. So these are the two, formulas that help. God has his own role. He already promised us that he's going to give you a great future. And then you yourself, you have a lot of work to do. And by God's grace, I'm going to be sharing some things I've been doing and some things I've learned from others do, some things I've learned from my mentors, from reading books, and I believe these things will help you. And I pray that as you open your mind, God Almighty will also minister to you. So, still going back to the chart, we just have like a minute for this. So what factors do you think limit people from succeeding? So what factors do you think it can even be something personal to you? Just reflect for like 10 seconds and think about it. What are the factors that you think are limiting people from succeeding, either in school, after school, or even during NYSC? So what are the things you think that make people not to achieve what they want to achieve in life? So please just have like a minute to drop that. So I'm waiting. Let's make use of the chat. This is going to help us a lot. So because other people are also learning from what you're dropping, I myself am going to learn from you. So what are the things that you think are limiting people? This could be from your friends. We all have friends while we're in school. Maybe you notice, they've took a particular part in life that is limiting them. So what are the things you've noticed? So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Are we using the chat? We have 10 more seconds to go, please. Negative mindset. Thank you very much, Ruth. Please, can we mute ourselves? One of us is on mute. Yeah, I know Luapo said fear. Yeah, this is a very, very big issue, fear. Many people are afraid of the future. They are afraid of tomorrow. They are afraid of what, how will NYSC even look for me? So another one is distraction. Yeah, distraction. That's a big problem. Lack of confidence or belief in oneself. This is very, very important. If you don't believe in yourself, forget it. You can't achieve anything in life because it takes you having courage. If you look at that Joshua 1 verse 8, God had to talk to Joshua that you need to have courage. There's nothing you want to achieve in life. If you're not courageous to take a step, you can't get anywhere. Don't even start. So still, connected to fear, lack of access to the right information. Very, very, very important. Victor, thank you for sharing that. If you don't know, where you're going, you don't have access to information, access to resources, you can't achieve anything. And that's why I'm very happy that you are in this program today, because you're going to get some information. Information is very important. Another thing you can call information is illumination. If you don't have light, imagine you are in a room. So we have many young people today that are in a room, in their life, they are in a particular situation, but they don't have light. They don't even know where they are going. And when you don't have light, you can't see, you can't know the path to follow. And you get light through understanding, through illumination. So that's a very important thing. Lack of guidance, lack of guidance. When there are no counselors around you, then your purpose cannot be established. You can't move forward in life. So thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate our interaction and how you're dropping all this. These are very important. There are even some things you guys are mentioning here that are not in my notes. So thank you very much. Please let's work more on this and we get to learn from each other. So I'm just going to talk about positioning yourself for excellence after school and during NYSC. So you already mentioned all the things that that you think are limiting people. And I won't lie to you, many of us have some of these things. Even you that you're typing into there, maybe there are some part of like aspect of your life that you're afraid of, like maybe it can be marriage, it could be academics, it could be your career. Many of you are doing a course now, but you don't even know whether you're going to get a job. Many of you are in the bank of, if I graduate with a 2-2, will I even make it? Many people are depressed from all these things. But one thing I want you to know is this. Life, as I said earlier, life is in phases. Everything you've done in school, they are in a phase. NYSC is another phase. And one thing about life is you can make a decision to change. You can make a decision to be better. You can position yourself to be something different out in the world there. And I'm going to share some things that made me to get to where I am today. And as I said, things I also learned from people, learn from studying the Bible and, getting more understanding and reading books. So positioning yourself for excellence. And this also applies to before graduation. So if you are currently in school too, all the things I'm going to be sharing will apply to you. So there are basic tips and there are things that you can start using now. You might not start using everything, but you can just start with one. And the first thing I want you to do is to start setting goals. Start setting goals. Start from setting daily goals. Starting from tomorrow, you can get a sheet of paper. Today, I want to read a book. Today, I want to take a walk. Today, I want to learn a course. If you don't write it down, you can't get it done. That's how it is. If you don't write out that goal, you can't get it done. And this is a problem many people had when we're in school, when we're in FUTA then. Yesterday, there was something trending on Twitter. So me and my friend Sheon is currently doing his PhD in US, where friends right from when we're in P-degree. So they were talking about the challenges of getting into biochemistry in FUTA and also graduating well, in school. And then I typed something on Twitter that when we're in school, when we're in 100 level, made a decision that we are going to either graduate with a first class or first class. There's nothing besides first class. That was our decision from 100 level. We are not graduating with not like anything lower than that. And God did it for us. God did it for us. Even God says, in Matthew 7:7, that what you should ask. And part of you asking is setting goals. If you wake up in the morning or before you sleep, write out what you want to do every day. Don't just go into the day and just go inside it like that. It won't work. Time must be converted into something, and time can only be converted when you plan it. So have goals every day. If your plan is to get a job after school, start working on yourself now. What are the skills you are acquiring? Can you speak publicly? Do you have communication skills? Many of you might not even know how to design slides, and these are things you need after school. So you need to set goals. Look at your life now. Look at where you want to be. And the fact is, anywhere you want to be in life, there's someone there presently. You want to come and do PhD program, there's someone doing PhD currently. Look at the life of that person. What is the person doing? Use that to write out your own goals too. If you need to start writing manuscript, publishing papers, write it down. It is what you write down that will transition into result for you. So setting goals is a big issue many young people go through. You just wake up early in the morning, no plan. That day is wasted already. So make a decision today. Every day, write out what you want to do. It might just be 2 things, but those 2 things are going to help you, plan your future. The journey of tomorrow starts today. So where you are going to be in 10 years' time, you must start now. If you don't start now, it won't work. So goals help you to provide direction. You know where you are going. You are not just chasing shadows. You know what you want to achieve. You have a long-term goal. In 2 years' time, after my NYSC, I want to be in UK for my master's. Write it down. Then you look at the journey. What things do I need to get to that particular location? When we're in final year in school, 500 level, make the decision, all of us, to my friends. We're all going to have our masters abroad. It was a decision. It was a goal. After everybody went home, after convocation, we stay back in FUTA then. We'll go to night class. We went to go and start writing essays. And it was those essays that get all of us to where we are today. All the friends I work with in school now are in abroad. 4 of them and 5 of us are doing PhD at the moment. So these are decisions you make. It's not something you dream about or you sleep about. You write it out and you pursue it. So it helps you to increase your attention and focus. It increases your motivation and it increases your effort. When you have a plan for today, when you wake up, you are energized to get the thing done. Your body feels happy when you are doing it. So it helps you stay motivated. It reduces your anxiety and increase your confidence. Someone said something earlier that lack of confidence is a big problem. Yeah, it's a big limitation for many people. To boost your confidence, write out your goals. If you want to start learning a craft, write it down. I want to start learning fashion designing. Write it down. I want to start taking a course. Write it down. I want to learn coding. So these are the things, if you don't write it down, it won't work. And if beyond writing too, you also need to be disciplined to get it done. So another thing is positive attitude. You need to have a positive mindset. Someone mentioned, something earlier about negative mindset. If you don't believe in yourself that you can get things done, forget it. You won't get it done. So you need to change your mind about life. And this comes from exposure. This comes from reading books. There are some books you should read. Books like Think and Grow Rich. This kind of book will change the way you think about yourself, the way you see yourself. There's another book called Mindset by Carol Dweck. That book talks about, comparing positive mindsets. There's something they call growth mindset and fixed mindset. The kind of mindset you have about yourself determines what you will achieve in life. So if you want to get the best out of life, you need to have the right set of mindset. So be disciplined and focused. You can't achieve your goals. You can't become who you want to be while in school, after school, during NYSC, without being disciplined and focused. Be positive about your ability to succeed. Believe that during your NYSC, you are going to achieve greatness. After FUTA, then, I never knew I'm going to serve in Lagos. My plan was, okay, after my undergrad, then I will just okay, anywhere they post me. But God did it. I found myself in Lagos. Then there's one thing I believe about myself. Anywhere I get to, I want to be relevant. And this started from the NYSC camp. While in NYSC camp in Lagos, I was looking around for opportunities where I can serve. Because when you serve, that's where people get to know you and get to give you opportunities. Opportunities follow service. So if you are someone that don't like to serve, no opportunity will come to you. So during the NYSC campaign, there's a particular group known as the Sustainable Development Goals. So in the camp there, 30 to 40 students are selected to join that particular group. And then you're going to be campaigning about the sustainable goals, SDG goals. So when I saw that group, I was very happy and I love volunteering.
No.
So I tried out my best to get into that particular group. And thankfully, I was selected. And when I was in the group, I ensured I put in my best. And while doing that, I became the governor of the group. Right from camp there, the NYSC coordinators asked me, where do I want to serve? Anywhere in Lagos, they will put me because I served as the governor. So at first, I wanted to go to Guinness, and that's where it's very important to pray to God for direction. I wanted to go to Guinness, big companies, pharmaceuticals in Lagos. So I told the NYSC coordinator that, man, I want to go to Guinness to go and serve. But the woman said something, someone mentioned something earlier about counseling, getting the right counselors, getting the right information. The woman said something that, someone, I know that you want a very good place to serve, but you also need a place where you have time for yourself and have time to do what God has put in your hand. And I had an organization then, Food and Jeans Initiative. So she now told me that, why don't I consider going to University of Lagos? And then I said, okay, that's fine. And that's how she wrote a letter for me, and that's how I got into University of Lagos to serve. And while at the University of Lagos, God opened a very great door for me where I had to travel out of the country for a conference. If I was serving in Guinness, that opportunity will not happen. So any decision you want to make during your NYSC, it's very important you pray. It's very important you are serving. Do anything, everything in your hands, do them well. And then the third thing is be open to counseling. Receive advice from people that are beyond, people that have gone ahead. There might be a place that might look, nice to you, a lot of money, but that might not be the right place for your destiny. So it's very important to pray. Be open-minded to learning. Be open-minded to learning, relearning, and unlearning. Read books. Take courses, attend events. These are the things that will change you and make you a better person. Right from your undergrad, look for programs in your school. While I was in FUTA, I always search for programs around the school community just to go on Saturdays. Go to these programs and be exposed. It's the information that you receive now that you will carry to your future. And if you are empty, life will not give you the best thing that you want. So be open-minded to learning. Have an inquiring mind. Get curious about everything. Ask questions. We are still very young. You know, someone told me something that between your age 20 and 30 is a year that you have to be curious about things. Be curious about life. Try many things. It's good to be focused, but it's also very important to try many things. Try to, you know, volunteer with different organizations so you can find what interests you. It's from trying many things that you get to see what your purpose is. And even from there, you get to acquire many skills. So like today now, there are a lot of skills I've learned from volunteering. Is it designing slides, designing graphics, building websites? All these skills came from serving and exploring. So as a young person, be versatile, explore. And I mentioned something about me being, you know, retained at University of Lagos. Let me quickly share the story because it's connected to being curious. I know how to design presentation slides right from footer. So I love it. Anytime there are presentations, I always want to present. So while I was in University of Lagos, there's an opportunity to design the pocket statistics for the school. And this is something that the Vice Chancellor really wanted to, you know, get happened. This is a statistical document that every student and professors must have. So the one they had was not nicely done. So as a copper, I saw the thing, I was like, sir, I can make this thing better. And that's how I designed the new pocket statistics for the university. And that got into the hand of the Vice Chancellor. So it was like, wow, who designed this? And that's how I get to, you know, the Vice Chancellor was very happy, the directors were very happy. And then the director now told me to come back and come and work further for another year for that particular pocket statistics because they release it every year. My ability to design presentation slides was what changed my life then and gave me a job. So, and this is not connected to biochemistry. So it's not about what you study in school. It's about being curious. It's about exploring. It's about learning. Oh, if you have interest in coding, be curious about it. Website development, graphic designing, presentation, photography, videography. Learn as much as possible because those skills are what will open doors for you. It might not be what you're studying in school now. So don't let even if your grades are low, don't let that defeat you. Instead, be curious about life. There's a lot of beautiful things you can learn. And we as young people, you know, the glory that we have as youth is our strength. Use that strength now so that when you are old, you'll be very happy you took that decision. So just to, you know, connect this to what I just shared, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. This is Hebrews 12:11. Nothing you are doing now is easy. You know, you are an undergraduate student, it's not easy. When I was in my undergrad, I knew how it felt. I've slept on bench. I can't even count the number of times. And I ate sleeping on at surface, but I don't have choice. I had to sleep on it so I can succeed. So no discipline is easy. During your NYSC, when you get to camp, you might sleep in the places where there will be a lot of mosquitoes. But the fact is, you are building a future for yourself. And there will be a time that you are going to be sleeping in big hotels that you even forget all this experience. So you just have to know that nothing you're doing now to pay, you know, the price you are paying now is not going to be easy. So it's not easy at all. I know that for everyone because I myself have been there. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. So discipline trains you. Discipline makes you to be a better person. Discipline makes you to be a person of success. It makes you to be a person, you know, that will add value to your generation. So you have to take that decision from now to be disciplined. You know, you have to take that decision from now to pay the price. So while in school, during your NYSC, anywhere you get to, be disciplined. Try as much as possible to get to your office early. Try as much as possible to get your assignment done. Try as much as possible, anything they give you to do, go extra mile to do it. Even if they are not paying you, go extra mile to do it. So discipline is very, very important. And another thing is time management. I just mentioned something about, you know, you doing things as early as possible. Be realistic, you know, set a realistic schedule for yourself. It's still connected to planning your day. Plan your day, set goals. By December this year, I want to write my GRE. By December this year, I want to write my iHealth. By January next year, I want to know how to code using Python. By this particular time, I want to learn this particular skill. by the end of 2024, I want to be in Canada for my master's. These are, realistic schedule. It has to be measurable. It has to be time bound. You have to put time on it, put the date. Reflect on your time management. Try and reflect on yourself. And reflection is very important. Even where you are now, you can sit down and think, what have I been doing all through this year? Since January of 2023 till now, what have I achieved with my time? So reflect on how you are managing your time. Avoid unnecessary engagement. Things that doesn't add value to you as a young person, avoid them. Think about things that add value to you. Even Paul said it that what you forget things that are behind. You pursue things that are what ahead. So anything that doesn't add value to your life, doesn't have value to where you are going, doesn't add value, to who you are becoming, cancel them out of your life. Take them out. Friends that are not helping you. If you are working with anyone that is not going to where you are, detach yourself from them. There's nothing like mates in life. There's nothing like, classmates in life. We are all classmates, we are friends, we have to go together. No, there's nothing like that. Everyone is going on a different journey. Don't let people that are going into the wrong direction drag you down. So look around you. Who are the people you are working with? Are they like pursuing excellence? Are they interested in greatness? Are they exposed? Are they adding values to you? So these are things you need to, ask yourself and make a decision now, before you move forward. So build relationships. Relationships have changed my life, and they are still changing my life. Anywhere you get to in life is based on the relationship you build. Build relationship. Now, in coming soon, I'm going to share you like some parts you can follow, right after school. Every part you want to follow in life, there's a relationship you need to get there. If you want to get scholarship, you need reference letters. Reference letters come from your professors. That's relationship. While I was in my final year in school, I had a particular professor in my department. This man everyone is like, you can't just meet him. It's very hard to meet. Professor Akindansi. So, but I need reference letter for scholarships. So I went to meet one of our like a lecturer I was very close to, because I visit her, we do things together at Dr. Crown. So I just talked to her that, man, I want to start applying for scholarship and I need a strong reference letter. This professor I'm talking about is one of the top professors in biochemistry in FUTA. I can't even approach him. But this woman took me with her hands and take me to his office and tell him that, sir, this boy wants to start applying for scholarship. He has this grade. And so the man was like, oh, wow, that's good. And that's how me and this professor became, like son and father. All the applications I applied for, this man always writes letter for me. Anytime I would just call him, Daddy, I want to submit, and then he will submit for me. When I wanted to come to Canada, I needed a letter from FUTA, and that letter is not given unless you are like a worker in the school. But this man connected me to someone that helped me. That's how I was able to come here easily. So you need relationships. Please don't joke with that. If you want to get jobs, you need to network. If you want to get big jobs, you need to go out and meet people. You need to connect to the right set of people that can open doors for you. So building a relationship is nothing, you can't even joke with it. So from now on, don't just close yourself, like lock yourself in your room. Step out, volunteer for organizations, meet with people, connect with people, open your LinkedIn page, send message to people. Hello, my name is this, I'm a 400 level student. I have interest in what you are doing, sir. I'm very inspired by the thing you are doing. I would love to follow you more. Thank you very much. That person might not reply to you, but the person knows you. There will be a time that you might need their help and they will help you. So build relationships. Look for good friends. Look for good people. Have a quality that you are looking for in people. Don't just let anyhow people enter your life. Look for people that have, they are God-fearing, people that are driven, that knows where they are going in life. Those are the kind of people you move with. Attend events. Expose yourself by trying new things. Visit new places. I remember me and my friend then, Sheotu, we will save money in FUTA and we'll travel to Lagos to just go and see how companies are being run in Lagos. Take step. As a young person, explore. Make decisions to explore. Don't just lock yourself up. Explore, step out, move out to places. Even from your phone, you can explore. You want to come to Canada, browse for provinces in Canada. Oh, Toronto. How does Toronto look? All these things change your mind. They change your mind. They give you illumination. They push you. They motivate you. The more you see these things, the more, the more the universe create them for you, the more God helps you to achieve them. So, expose yourself to new things. Read about food that, food you've not ate before, read about them, read about new things, read about great people, explore things outside of your field. Don't just focus, if you're studying biology, for instance, don't just focus on biology alone. Learn about history, learn about geography. These are the things that will make you, be a different person. These are things that will expose you, to new things. Volunteer with an organization. Volunteering is very important because it's free. It's easy to do. Just look for something that interests you. You love education. Look for an organization in education. Volunteer, serve. You love health. Look for an organization in health. Serve them. That's how you get to meet people and build relationships that will help your life. So now, from everything I've said, what is your next move after school? So I know this is personal to everyone, but if you would like to share, what are your interests? Because I'm going to share different parts, but I just want to know what are the things that interest you. So I will know even where to focus on. So I will not focus on the ones that people don't have interest in. So what are the things you want to do after school? Or maybe you're currently in your NYSC, or maybe you've graduated, but what are your next step? What is the next step you want to take? Do you want to apply for scholarship? Do you want to get a job? Do you want to start a business? So I think those are the three major parts many young people want to follow. Or you want to start a ministry. What do you want to do? So we just have a minute to quickly drop that while I continue my presentation. What is your next move? What is your next move? Still waiting in the chat? What is your next move? And if you're typing this to this, it's just like you setting goals for yourself. Many people have not thought about what their next move is. You're in your final year in school, you don't even know what you want to do. But just pick something now. Reflect and just write something. Have faith. Be courageous and just write something. You don't know who is watching. Yeah, go for training in my field for professional experience after NYSC. Then apply for master's scholarship. Amazing. Donubari, amazing. I can share something related to this. Let me quickly share a story to what Donubari said. When I was 7, this particular professor I'm working with in Canada, I've been sending him emails since I was in school. The first time I sent him email, I was in final year in FUTA. Then I did not even have my transcript. I just sent him an email that I would love to work with him. He said he does not have space for students. But I've sent maybe over 100 emails. Is only him that responded. So I sent him another email again. I want to work with you. At that time, he said he does not have funding. So I was like, okay. So during my NYSC, one of my friends is currently in Cambridge now. He's doing his PhD in Cambridge. So we graduated from FUTA too. So he now told me that there's a professional program in Lagos. And we both went there. We kept our NYSC Alawi. We went for that program. And that was the certificate that changed my life. It was a bioinformatics training. After the training, I now apply again to this professor. That was what he was looking for. And he said, wow, you have this certificate. That's what got me to Canada. So as a young person now, look into anything you can add to yourself. Look into anything you can add to yourself. Next move is to do NYSC and get a scholarship abroad. Great, Abel. God is going to do that for you. Okay, Basi said master forex trading. This is amazing. I have a friend here currently doing forex, and it's a great thing. So please, put all your focus on that, and I pray that God will help you. So I can take one more. One more. So what you want to do? What's your next move? What's your next move? What's your next move after school? What's your next move after school? It can even be what's your next move after NYSC. So what do you want to do? One more person to go. One more. Waiting. I'm waiting. Still waiting. We have 5 seconds more to go. 5 seconds more to go. Okay, go for masters and build my data science skill. Great fortune, and that's going to happen. So since many people are considering going for scholarships, I'm going to be talking on scholarships, how I got into Canada and the steps it took. And I hope this also applied to some schools in US. I've applied to several scholarships. I've applied to Commonwealth, Evening, and before I got the one I got in Canada, and recently I got a prestigious scholarship here in Canada. So I have some experience in scholarship applications, which I'm going to share with us today, and I pray they are going to help us. So part you can explore. So many of you already mentioned what you want to do, master, and then we do Forex. Many of you have mentioned that you want to, go for your masters, you want to go for your NYSC, go for training. So these are the parts many people, many young people today are exploring entrepreneurship. So you can start a startup if you have interest in business. I have interest in business myself. I have a company, a registered company in Nigeria. So I love business. I love entrepreneurship. I have a non-profit I run. I just love, helping people. So if you're the kind of person that love to make change in your community, make change in the world through, business, you can explore the entrepreneurship area. And you can look at how your course, what you are doing now, how you can turn that into a business, or you can, even look outside and look at what people need and help them to solve it. So white collar job, you can get a white collar job, work in a company, look around and maybe, for instance, if you have interest in FMCGs, those are there. Maybe you want to work in NYSC, you want to work in Coca-Cola. So you can start preparing yourself to get some certifications. You can get PMP certification. So just look into that path you want to follow. So as we call it, paths. So look into the path you want to follow and explore what are the things you need to become the best on that path. So another thing is scholarship. So you can look, you want to go to, go to US, you want to go to UK. I know that's what the jackpot is, like the jackpot thing that's trending now, that's what it is. You want to leave the country. So on leaving the country, by God's grace, I'm going to be sharing on that. But there's something I want to share with you before, considering leaving the country. And that's this Proverbs 16:25. There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death. Not every path is right for you. Everybody might be pursuing scholarship, but that might not be your own purpose. So it's very important to discover why God sent you into this world. Why are you here? It might not be something you know fully, but it's very important to start exploring that question. What's my purpose? Everyone is saying, oh, they are coming to abroad for scholarship, coming to abroad. I have a lot of people here in Canada that are suffering. So it's not just about living in Nigeria. It's about going to the right place where God wants you to be. So there's a way that appears to be right, but not every way is your way. Seek to know the way that God has destined for you. Maybe what God has told you is to, be in Nigeria for now, to acquire some skills. Maybe what God has told you is, okay, go and explore, how you can get a job. So it's not everything you must do. Don't pursue every part that people are pursuing. We have people here, that are going through a lot. Some people in Nigeria are even enjoying more than people that are here. So it's not about, just running, I want to go abroad, I want to go abroad. No, sit down and pray to God. God, what is my path in life? So when you know that path, pursue it with everything you have. Still connected to what I started with. Anything that your hands finds to do, do it with all your might. So get that path. Start searching for your purpose. Read books about purpose. Pray about purpose. Look for a mentor that will help you to see where you're going. Look for a coach that will direct your life. So don't just, follow people. Don't just start applying for scholarships, and that's not what God has told you to do. So look for what God has destined you, to do. That's very important. So I'll be talking about scholarship application. And this is something I believe many of us here want to learn about. Many people want to leave the country. And that's what I was saying earlier. It's not just about leaving the country. Know why you want to leave, because coming here is not easy. It's not easy. It's the same you that you are leaving Nigeria that is also coming here. You are not dropping yourself in Nigeria and coming here empty. It's the same you. So if you are not yet changed, if you don't have the right mindset, you will still come to Canada and suffer. So it's very important that you work on yourself before you even start applying for scholarships. Imagine you want to apply for scholarship, you can't type a simple email. You want to apply for scholarship, you cannot write a simple essay. And these are things you do on regular basis here in school. In school, you have to write assignments and you must not plagiarize. I've had a case of a friend that plagiarized, and it was God and prayer that helped her. It was very challenging. So you don't want to even be in that shoe of plagiarism, right? You don't want to have any challenge, with all these things. And that's the only way you can escape that is if you work on yourself. from now on, since you know you want to come and pursue scholarships, work on yourself, build your skills, learn how to present. All the courses I took in school year, I presented. And those were the highest, point. So for you to even do well abroad, you have to present. So, and these are things you need to learn how to do all these things. So there are opportunities all over the world, and you need to be well informed to access them. There are a lot of scholarship opportunities in the world, and you need to be well informed to access them. I met I don't know if some of you here follow him on Twitter. I met with Dr. Igbalajobi Olumiwa, we're together 2 days ago here in Canada, and we're talking about opportunities. This man was telling me that there are thousands of opportunities in Canada for students in Nigeria, but people don't know. So all this information most times are hidden from people. So you need to look for a way to buy the information. So you can follow him. He has this scholarship cafe. I recommend you to follow him. He's doing a very good job on getting information to people. So if you want to pursue scholarship, start looking for information now. If you want to do Commonwealth, start looking for the school you want to work with. Start looking for people to send you their essays and start learning how to write essays yourself. And today we have ChatGPT. ChatGPT can assist you, but don't use ChatGPT to write essay. You can use ChatGPT to edit your essay, to even ask for ideas on how to write essays. So there are lots of opportunities out there, but if you don't have the information, you can't get them. So you can follow all these people I mentioned on Twitter. You can join WhatsApp groups where they share opportunities. So this helps a lot. There are a lot of scholarships. They are there, but you have to be well positioned to get them. So what you need to apply for scholarship. If you are currently in your undergrad, I would encourage you to start learning how to write a statement of purpose and your cover letter, how to write a motivation letter. So writing essays, I'll just share for a minute on how to write essay. There is a technique you can use in writing your leadership essays, because leadership essays are common for many scholarships. I know of Commonwealth, I know of Shivning, you have to write your leadership essay. So the first thing you need in writing a leadership essay is to have things you want to write. If you don't volunteer now, you might not have things to write when they ask you to write about your leadership, or you are not, involved in community engagement. So try to look for organizations to volunteer with, and anywhere you are, it might be your church, anywhere you are, try as much as possible to lead. Try as much as possible to get into positions. This helps you a lot. So when writing about your leadership essay, there is a formula known as STAR, S-T-A-R. So when writing a leadership essay, people that are interviewing you or people that are going to read your essay are looking at you sharing, how you display leadership. So leadership is not just about, I'm the leader of this particular team. I'm the team leader of this. No, it's not about that. So they want to learn about how you use leadership skills to get things done. So the S in STAR means, situation. It means situation. So it means situation. What situation were you when you step into leadership? So for instance, how I founded Food and Jeans Initiative. When I was in school, I noticed there was huge, amount of substance abuse, young people are abusing drugs, and I wanted to solve that problem. That was the situation. So the next thing is, what is the task, ahead of me? What are the things, I need to get done? For me to be able to get that, to pursue that, to address that problem, I had to do research. I have to, learn about the problem of substance abuse in Nigeria. So what is the action I took? I founded an organization, Food and Jeans. And what is the result? We organized campaigns, and today we've impacted thousands of people. So that is the STAR approach. Now imagine, compare that to, I am just the founder of Food and Jeans Initiative. It doesn't connect. So you need to learn how to write stories. You need to learn how to, express yourself. So statement of purpose is very important. Another thing is your CV. You need to have a CV. If you don't have a CV now, you're in your final year, that's a big problem. Or you want to go for NYSC and you don't have a standard CV. So there are different types of CV. There is resume. Resume is just like a page or two. Then there are academic CV. Still following that, Dr. Lumi, where you can go to his website, Scholarship Cafe. They have a lot of CV templates for academics, applications. So you can get there, use those templates to draft your own CV. Another thing is your transcript. I mentioned something about reaching out to this professor I was working while I was in final year. So what I did was to get my transcript from 100 level to 400 level, not waiting until I graduate. So you can get your transcript now, any school you are attending, even though you are not yet a graduate. So you can write to the school that you want your transcript from 100 level to 400 level. If you are graduating 500 level, they will give you. So that was the transcript I used to start applying. So by the time I graduated, I just got my full transcript, and then that's what I used to gain admission. And by God's grace, I already gained admission, I think maybe 3 or 4 months into my NYSC. So I was just waiting for NYSC to end and then leave Nigeria. So these are things you can plan. That's why I say you need to set goals. My plan was to leave Nigeria a week after my NYSC. That was the plan, and it worked, if not for COVID and visa delay. So these are things you need to sit down as a young person and write down. So you don't dream about them, you write them down and you pursue. So your undergraduate certificate, if you graduate, your international passport is number one. You can't leave Nigeria without a passport. So look for money now and get your passport ready if you don't have a passport yet, if you want to travel. Reference letters connected to building relationships. Connect to your professors, greet them, buy things for them. I remember that before I graduated, I buy wine for some of my lecturers, and those lecturers were the ones that helped my life most. So buy things for people, visit them. No, it's not to bribe them, but to honor them. Imagine someone that taught you from 100 level to 5. It might not like you, but they've poured into you, or you might not like them, but they've poured into your life. Buy something for them. These people will change your life, and they have a lot of opportunities for you. Proof of English language. There are many schools here in Canada that don't need IELTS. I used to tell people that I'm currently doing a PhD. I did not write GRE. I did not write TOEFL. I did not write IELTS. The only thing I said to my advisor was my CV. And he told me to go and write a proposal. That's what gave me admission into the school I am in at the moment. Many schools in Canada don't require IELTS from you. They don't require GRE. All they need is connect to a professor, send emails to professors. Once the professor picks you as a student, the professor will be the one to give you funding. So when I came here to Canada, it was my professor that gave me scholarship, not the school. So professors here have funding, and then they will pick you as their student, and they will fund you to do your studies. That's how it works. But some scholarships, you have to apply to them, like Chevening, Commonwealth, and Erasmus. So get information. I already gave you, resources. Go to Scholarship Cafe, follow all these people on Twitter. There are a lot of people on, I think there is a group called Scholarship Twitter. Follow them. Follow all these people. That's how you get information. If you don't have information, you can't achieve anything. So just to wrap up, so different schools have different requirements for scholarships. So know what each school need. Search for advisor and get approval. Before you start, writing GRE, writing TOEFL, writing IELTS, look into what the school need. Many people are wasting money. The school don't need what you are writing. My school here don't ask you for any English, unless if you are maybe doing MBA, that they will ask you to go and do GRE. If you want to come and do a program in physiology, they don't need all those things from you. All they want is get a professor that will fund you, and you are in. So send cold emails. So cold emails means, just send random emails to people, but let the emails be well packaged. Learn how to write emails too. I saw something on Twitter. Imagine reaching out to a professor here in Canada, hello dear, reaching out to a professor that hello dear, that's wrong, right? If you want to approach a professor, if you want to write a professional email, you start with what? Dear Professor this. That's how they approach people here. You have to learn all these things, and it comes from, reading about things, searching for information. You can also get out to write emails on that Scholarship Cafe I share. Start as soon as possible. Start now. Anything you want to do, you want to start a business, you want to get into scholarship, start now. Get your academic CV. I already talked about that. Get your transcript. If you want to write IELTS and GRE for some schools, you can write it. Have a good profile. Start taking professional courses if you need to. Start taking online courses. There are a lot of free online courses you can take. Free, and you get certificates. Get a publication. Then I remember while I was in Nigeria waiting for my scholarship, then I met a friend, he loves writing publication. We became close. That's why I said the people you work with. From there, our friendship, I got 6 publications. And what we just sit down, we plan ideas. Oh, let us write a review on, and that's when COVID was around. Let's write a review on COVID in Nigeria. That's how we go write a review. We published it, and all these publications are in my CV today, and they've opened a lot of doors for me. So look for people in your field that have interest, that are serious. Look for serious friends. Please, I'm begging you. That's the number one thing in life. Your relationships, relationship with God, relationship with people. Very, very important. Look for people that are going in the same direction as you as friends. They will help you a lot. Reference letter, I already talked about that. Build relationship, it will help you. So, and positioning yourself, just to reiterate again, start now. Work with others, work with the right set of people. Publish your final year project if possible. If you did something nice, publish it. Volunteer and take leadership positions. Very important too. You will need all these leadership essays in your scholarship application. Join scholarship WhatsApp groups. I already mentioned some of them. Subscribe to scholarship blogs like Scholarship Cafe and website for updates, and be resilient and tenacious. Don't give up. Don't give up. I have friends that send email to over 200 professors before they got to where they are today. Don't give up. You send email to 5 professors, you are crying. No, don't cry. Continue. I told you that this is my professor I sent emails 3 times before I was selected. And it was the 3rd time that he picked me. Imagine I gave up the 2nd time. I won't be where I am today. So please don't give up. Anything you're doing, giving up should be the last thing. Keep on doing it again. You sent an email, they did not pick you. Maybe, I used to believe something. If something did not work out for me, there are 3 reasons. Number 1, it's not meant for me, which is good. Number 2, I'm not yet, ready to get that thing. Life, things comes to you when you've developed yourself. Things comes to you when you develop yourself to a particular level. So, as I said, the first one, it's not meant for you. The second one, you are not yet there. And then the 3rd one, it could be that you are doing something wrong. It could be that it's actually meant for you, but you are doing something wrong. You don't have the enough information or resource. So search for information, buy information, pay for information, develop yourself, read books, work with the right set of people, go out, attend events, pursue greatness, be disciplined. And I pray that God will help you. So that's the end of my presentation. And what next is a question for you. Now that you've heard all these things, what do you want to do next with your life? What do you want to do? What do you want to pursue now? So that's in your hand. Who I am today is a decision I made, and it's a decision I'm still making now. So what next for you? What do you want to become? What do you want to do with your life? It's a question you ask yourself. Thank you. So if you want to ask any question, please you can. Okay, I'm already getting some questions. So what does the R in STAR mean? R means result. So for instance, as a leader, maybe you started volunteering in your church, you notice that young people in your church maybe don't have access to, maybe young female in your church don't have access to menstrual hygiene information. So that's a problem. So what are the tasks you did? Oh, I went to go and learn about menstrual hygiene. I went to, print a document on menstrual hygiene. So what's the action you took? I trained them on mental hygiene. What was the result? Out of 50 people that attended my training, 30 of them gave me feedback that they learned something new. That's leadership. You just showed leadership. You took a step, you were able to change people's life. So that's what the R means, result. So please, what kind of professional courses? Can you give an example and where can we find these courses? So there are a lot of professional courses there. Number 1, it depends on what you want. As I said, know your path. Not every professional courses are meant for you. What do you want to do with yourself? You want to be a project manager, there's a course on project management. There's a professional course on project management. You want to go into health, there's a professional course on health. You want to go into environment, there's a professional course on environment. You want to be an engineer, there are professional courses and professional bodies that guide that thing. So you need to know that. If you want to go for scholarship, look into your field. Look into what people are demanding. For instance, if you want to come into my field, my research involves, genetic disease and stuff. it's very important you have knowledge of bioinformatics, you have knowledge of maybe how to, do some basic things in the lab. So these are things you need to like, you can watch YouTube videos to learn these things. So these are examples. So for you to know the course you want to do, you need to decide on what you want to do first. Go on Google and search what are the courses I need, related to this thing I want to do. Google will give you tons of courses. So that way up, but there are some courses you need to take. I won't call them courses, I'll call them skills. So there are some skills you need to take now. So I'll give you 5 skills that are very important that can help you in anything you want to do. Whether you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be an academic person, you want to be, want to work in, what's it called? You want to be go into a white collar job. Number 1, presentation skills. Learn how to present. Number 2, learn how to make slides. Very, very important. Learn how to make slides. Number 3, learn how to face the crowd. Learn public speaking. Learn how to talk to people. Very important. Number 4, learn how to write. Learn how to write emails. Learn how to, write stuff on social media. Learn how to sell yourself. If you don't know how to sell yourself, nobody will buy you. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. So you learn how to sell yourself. That's a very, very important skill. Another skill you need to learn is project management. Project management is needed in everything you do. I'm a PhD student, I manage projects. You are going, any company you get to, you are going to manage projects at one time or the other. So learn project management. And project management is not about going to school. Learn how to plan things. That's project management. Planning. I want to get this thing done by this time. If I can't get it done by myself, who can help me? That's planning. Project management is very important. So what did you really mean by attending events? So what I mean by attending events is look for programs. So for instance, now I mentioned about ILC, which I founded, an organization I founded. We're going to be having an event very soon on Leading with Purpose. That's an event. So go online, go on Eventbrite, search online event I can attend. So look for events that relate to your purpose, to relate to your interest. Not every event is meant for you. Don't go and waste your time. There are some things, don't just waste your time don't just while away time. Look for something that is in line with where you're going. You want to apply for scholarship, look for an event or a program on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn that relates to where you're going, and go and get information. So don't just join things randomly. Look for what is right for you. For instance, today's program is an event. So that's what I meant. Looking for programs like this. I really enjoyed the presentation and I've learned so much. Thank you very much, Verity. I'm very grateful for your feedback. Please, can you share some of the sites where I can find these professional courses? So you can go to LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning will help you a lot. Another one is you can go to HubSpot. I will type HubSpot here. I have a lot of online, my team, I share like this with them, HubSpot.com. So go to HubSpot.com. You can get free courses on content writing, content marketing, social media management, project management, and what have you. So HubSpot is very important. You can, LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, LinkedIn Learning. Some of them you have to pay. There's something about you sacrificing. Don't use all your money to eat. Save some money to buy food and take courses. Some courses are just like 2,000 naira. But you instead use that money to buy clothes. There's a time to buy shoes and buy clothes. I can remember when I was in my West, I only had one shoe, one brown shoe there in Lagos. Every program I went for, it was that brown shoe that I used to wear. If you see my picture there, you only see that brown shoe and one kaftan. But it must be very well ironed. And today, by God's grace, God has, expanded the shoes. So there's a time where you need to stop buying shoes and buying clothes, where you need to buy courses, buy courses, buy books, read books a lot. Have a book you're reading every time, because this is what will expose you. And, you can go on Google too to search for things. Just be curious, search for things. So please, thank you very much for this one. Please, how can one get a mentor? See someone is interested in research. One thing I will say about mentorship is this. Don't approach people that they should come and be your mentor. This is funny, but this is the best advice I will give you. Never approach someone to be your mentor. Instead, look for what they need and be of help to them. I got a mentor in Toronto last 2 months. And how did I get him? I've been following him on LinkedIn and I love what he's doing. It's like going through the path I want to also follow in life. But for me to get close to him, this man is very busy. He's a CEO, like he has a company like CSO, a big company, and it's not easy for me to get him. What did I do? He used to post on LinkedIn, and then he posted that his organization he posted this company's blog, and I opened the blog. I noticed that the blog, they don't add pictures to their content. And then I mailed him, I reached out to him on LinkedIn that, sir, I read your blog, I was very inspired, but you don't have pictures on your blog. It will not make people to read them. So that, and then I told him that I would love to volunteer to be helping you to design graphics for the blog, free of charge. At that time, he was so happy. I was like, wow, really? Yeah, you're right. And they've actually been thinking about it in their team. Me, I did not know. And that's how I got into the company as a volunteer. And now we used to like meet regularly online. We just call, he's even the one asking me, Sam, when will you be chanceless? I want us to meet and talk about your PhD program. Imagine. If I reach out to him that come and be my mentor, it might not work. But look for something that someone needs. The person might be running an organization. Tell him that you want to volunteer with him. Many of my volunteers now in my organization, they have anytime they can just message me, Sam, I want us to meet. I have something I want to discuss with you. I have to create time for them because they're also working for me. So that's how it is. Add value and you get value. So that's, are there professors that affect them that are still learning rudiment of research? I did not know anything about research that I'm doing now when I applied to my professor. I have never worked with RT-PCR. I've never, clone a gym before in my life. When I got here, I learned everything, and these are things I do regularly now. So it's not about you having all these skills. It's just about you being interested in learning. So it's not until you, because it's not that you now have to be like a professional before you start applying. Start applying now. So when you get here, they will still train you. They will still train you. So, but you just have to be open to learning. So, okay, I think that's all. Is there still any question? You're welcome, Samson. You're welcome. You're welcome, Esther. You're welcome. So if there's no other question, you can reach me on LinkedIn in case if there's still anything later on. Let me just post my LinkedIn. Okay, I'm coming. I hope this works. Or you can just search me. Yeah, Samuel Gushala. So reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have anything. Yeah, so if you need any help, though it might not be immediate like that to get them, but I can always connect you to people that can help. So it's not an easy journey for young people, especially in Nigeria. I know, like, we all go through a lot, but the fact is you have to be trusting God, as I said. He has a plan for you. Do everything you are doing with all your might. Be disciplined, be focused, and I pray that God will continually help us in Jesus' name. Thank you very much, and I'm grateful for all the feedbacks. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Wow,
You're welcome,
it's been an amazing time.
You're welcome,
Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing all the tips, all the nuggets, all the strategies. Thank you for sharing your story. On behalf of Explicit Success Scholars, I want to say a big thank you. It's been mind-blowing, it's been eye-opening, and I'm sure they're going to make use of all the information you've shared. And if any of them have further questions, I'm sure they will reach out to you on LinkedIn. So we have come to the end of this session, and I hope that everyone gets to maximize this opportunity, to get the best of all the knowledge and also to implement them as soon as possible. So I'll be ending the session now. Thank you, everyone that attended. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, our guests, for also, honoring the invite. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate the guests. I appreciate the participants, everyone who has asked questions, everyone who has, interacted with the guests. It makes the knowledge, flow to everyone. It makes everyone to express themselves and also to show that you are learning something. So for all this, I'm grateful. So I wish everyone a great day or a great night if you're in Nigeria, or for those in other countries. Thank you so much. All right. So I'll end the session now. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye.